All right, we're live. I see the live checker, so we're ready to go. Cool. Should we wait for some guests to join and
Yeah.
take them from there? Sounds good. Sounds good. We have an exciting one, episode 3. Looking forward to it.
Our brand colors are quite similar. It's like this bright yellow, and
Yeah,
I like
I
really
can't
like
tell if I'm on a D-Bridge or a Soulflare podcast, to be honest.
it.
So this is gonna be a good show. Yeah, I like your guys' style. That yellow black. Something about it is just really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted to wear like my yellow T-bridge merch. I don't know why I didn't do that. Would have
Yeah, I
looked
should have
awesome.
done that. I have it here.
As long
Yeah.
as you bring me some D-Bridge merch at Breakpoint, then we're good.
You got that a deal.
We have some merch and some really interesting merch, limited edition merch as well. We'll get you the limited edition merch.
Let's go. Same here. We have a big activation going on, and we are one of the anchor sponsors. So we have a big booth, and so make sure you guys come stop by, come find this Fox. I'll make sure I hook you up with some Soulflare merch.
Gonna
Are you
get
guys
some
looking at
roasted
these
coffee
segments?
too.
Wait, I'm sorry. Gal and Sherry were talking at the same time.
All good.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
No, I can't wait to get I think it's a Raposa coffee. That stuff is top tier.
Oh yeah, we love Raposa Coffee Team. They're at every event also with us, so it's like they're fueling Solana and everyone, all the attendees, and we worked really closely with them. We've had our own like Soulflare can at Accelerate. They actually were featured in our giant booth that was kind of castle themed, and they had a robot going on, so you could go up to the tablet. It asked a whole bunch of AI questions, and then the robot would make you an order based on the questions that you answered. That was what you were craving.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the future's here, and it's on Solana.
That's it.
Okay, wait. Let me just reshare the live stream and then maybe we can begin. I saw that you guys also did community awards, which I think was pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're really excited about that. It's going to be part of the one of the closing ceremonies, and it was like we got almost like 6,000 nominations, like people that voted for nominees, and there's 14 categories, and so the voting's live right now. So if there's any teams that you love and want to show support for, hop on and get your votes in. But it's going to be fun. I'm really excited for that.
Is it like a version of Dundee's where it's like, are you giving like physical? I would like that if you guys like give out Dundee's or something.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's gonna be like the Oscars of Solana, basically. So yeah, we have like actual physical awards that we'll be giving out that are small and like travel size. So it's gonna be really fun. We're really excited for it. We're putting a lot of preparation into that. We have like dress rehearsals and a whole bunch of coordination to do. So and we have a few more special announcements to make about that coming soon.
Exciting.
insane. Okay, we need to start now.
Yes. All right. I'll start off with the classic intro. So, guys, welcome to episode 3 of All Chains Considered, where we talk to the builders shaping how value moves on chain. And we have a very special, loyal partner of ours, OGs in this space, been through the thick and the thin. They know it all. They've seen it all. We have Quicks over here from Soulflare, very close partners of ours. And before we talk about Soulflare itself, it would be great to learn more about you, Quicks, and how you ended up with Soulflare. And it would be great to learn about your personal crypto journey yourself.
100%. The Quicks origin story. I love it. So I appreciate the time, you guys. Make sure everyone that's joining, like and repost the stream. Say what's up in the chat. I'm Quicks. I am marketing specialist and Soulflare Fox at the Soulflare team. Job responsibilities have evolved over time. I originally started as an ambassador, as one of the original 10 ambassadors. And then I was brought onto the team as a support specialist. Solflare offers 24/7 support in our wallet for anyone that has questions, that have issues. You can contact a real life human that can help you. I then made it to Breakpoint in Singapore 2024, and I met the whole team. And I was helping out a lot with like some of the content and just meeting them. And they were like, you know what, we need to move you over to marketing. And so I moved over to marketing later in that year in November. And then since then, originally I was like doing, helping out with the content calendars and socials and replying. But since then it's evolved a lot. I started originally a weekly space called Hold Strong, which has evolved into our weekly live stream on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I help out with the socials team, but because I'm very much in the ecosystem, I was telling you guys earlier, I go to all the events. Solflare has sponsored almost every Solana event this year, from Accelerate, Crossroads, the Apex, every Startup Village, Breakpoint coming up, Island DAO. And so I attend all the events. I've been to over 10 countries this year, which is absolutely incredible. I never imagined this, but only possible on Solana. And then, but now I wear many hats. I work with like the business and development team. We had a huge rebrand this year, so I work a little bit with design. I learned a lot about the product, and we also have built a community called the Solflare Guardians. So I spend a lot of time with them, helping to coach our Guardians and like uplift our community. And so I'm a fox that wears many hats, but basically anything Solflare needs, that they call a fox.
That's amazing. So you were like one of the first ambassadors for the project, and that's how it started.
Yeah, I was in the first 10 ambassadors, and we were one of the first to actually like do like a program like that. And then from that, each of the ambassadors were tasked with onboarding 15 people into the Guardians. So it was all originally handpicked, and it's truly a community of people that genuinely want to be there. So, and we're extremely grateful. And hi of all our Guardians saying what's up in the chat right now. We appreciate you guys. G for G.
That's super cool, because I remember like before I even like thought about like joining like a project like dBridge, I always had it in my mind like these are like the projects that I'm like super familiar with, I'm a power user of. And then dBridge was like one of the projects that I was a power user of, and I was just dying to contribute to the project. And it just happened to be that I also used to work at Super Team UAE, and then I met Alex, and then it just sort of happened. Then I ended up working at dBridge. But I feel like the story is like a little bit familiar, where I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm a power user, like I'm a community person, but I also want to contribute to the project. So that's
well, shout out for helping to build Super Team. I mean, they are super busy, as you can imagine, for the upcoming Breakpoint. But much love to Sherry, Gal, and the whole dBridge team. Y'all are doing the Lord's work out here, bridging a whole bunch of assets over to Solana. So extremely bullish on the product you guys have built and what you do for the ecosystem as well.
Thank you so much. Solana is where most of our users are, and I think most of the routes are from Solana to other ecosystems. So we actually call Solana home, because I have worked in the Super Team ecosystem also for such a long time. Like I just align so much with the Solana community. It's like I walk into a Solana event and it's like, what's up, homies? Like I just like vibe with Solana community so hard. So okay, let's start with some of the questions now. One thing that I wanted to speak to you about, of course, like I have seen Solflare on my timeline a lot, that your intern has been doing an amazing job. I don't know how many people are behind the Solflare account, but the content is amazing. I wanted to ask you about the Twitter algorithm change. What are your thoughts about it? Have you guys done something, done something for your brand account that like actually helps like boost the algorithm? Because internally we've been thinking about this a lot. Like, how do we change our content strategy, branding strategy? We've gone through like the whole marketing exercise internally again, where we are trying like new ways, new content ideas. What's happening with you guys on that front?
So X has definitely made it super fun this year with the constant changes to the algorithm and just trying to keep up with it. Honestly, it changes at this point. It seems like from week to week as they're constantly making adjustments to the platform. but it's something that we have to roll with because, as you guys know, the main source of communication and information flow goes through X for crypto. That's why they call it like crypto Twitter. And so it started really early this year with a lot of grassroots organic marketing campaigns. I was, again, like focused on our community and putting a lot of work in with a lot of collaborations that we were doing. And then it's just been, shots on goal. Like I always tell people, like, like post more content, like, and you're going to figure out what sticks, what doesn't. We have important calls with our performance team, analyzing the metrics to see actually like which were bangers, which content, that kind of didn't do so well, so that we can adjust. But organization is key. Shout out our socials team, man, Maurice, our reply guy, Jay, who came on board this year. He's like a meme lord. And I'm really happy to have him. But they do a great job with prepping a content calendar. So we're always working in advance. And then that way it's easier to add anything as, ad hoc as we're going through the day. We see anything that's like pressing, like current event issues, something on Solana that's going on, we can always respond to it and include it into our content. But creating a strategy, preparation is definitely key with content. Video is king right now, so that's why we actually transitioned from spaces to streams. So shout out the dBridge stream right now. And definitely the algorithm is rewarding more of what Grok is determining to be real users. That's why you're going to see a lot more people that are doxed with their selfies up, or at IRL events. You're going to see that pushed up to the timeline a lot more. But then it's just been a little things about cracking the algorithm, like learning the times your best engagement. Replying is definitely huge, and hitting, but not over replying too much. And so it's definitely something that has to curate, but it's also something that is it gives you artistic creativity to express yourself, because you can try so many different things, I mean, and even if you do something, don't let your intern be like posting anything about like politics or anything, but like even like the Poly Market, they got like a bunch of heat for their intern tweet. But it happens, and then people forget about it, and then they move forward, and so you just gotta try different styles and see what works best with your brand and your identity in the space. But definitely,
I feel like sometimes there's always like a conflict between what works well with the algorithm and what you stand as a brand with. It's like, what's your brand tone and brand voice, and what you authentically want to be versus what algorithm promotes. Like, I, on a personal level, like, my selfies do insanely well, but whenever I talk about something serious, it doesn't do well. So I feel like I am always like conflicted between, whether to please the algorithm overlords or like be true to myself and like do the content that I like. So yeah, it gets tricky sometimes. But you guys have been doing an amazing job. Every post that I see on my timeline and I open the comment section, there is a reply from the Soulflare intern. And I'm like, wow, how are these guys like always active? Do you want to like tell us about maybe how many people are in your marketing team, and how do you like go about like planning content, like even like topical content? What does that process look like for you guys?
So we have 8 dedicated employees on our marketing team, between like socials and like that handle like the marketing and especially communicating with our partners and stuff. But it all comes down to our content calendar. We definitely we use this app called ClickUp, which I highly recommend, and it's really easy to coordinate. We assign tasks. So for example, if we wanted to get a video out, they would assign the task to me. I'll have it. We review the script. I upload the video, they approve it, they sent it over for editing, does a final approval, and then it's thrown onto the content calendar. So it's important to create like a structure and planning in advance. But on your point earlier, Sherry, is, well, first of all, shout out again, Jay, our reply guy, in your replies. Hopefully he's not simping too hard, but I definitely would say it's important to still mix it up. Like, don't be afraid to write those threads or those articles that you feel bring value along with like your selfie GM picture, because at the end of the day, there are going to be users that are drawn to that and that do prefer that style of content, and you don't want to ignore that entire part of your audience as well. So it's good to have like a mixture, and leaning into the things that the algorithm is rewarding, while also staying true to your brand and your culture. It's a healthy mixture. It's unique for every project, and unfortunately, there's no exact blueprint on how to do it, because again, it changes like on a weekly basis at this point.
And it's a little bit of just embracing the cringe, because earlier I used to be like super uptight about what I want to say on the internet, how people would like me to be like a certain like way. I would just like be a certain way, and I would always be like, oh, this does not look good, or this is like super cringe. But when you start embracing the cringe is when your numbers start going up is what I have noticed, and it always works.
I don't know if you guys remember the that selfie I think Thiru did at the Dev Connect. I wonder what's going to be like the equivalent of that for Breakpoint. That'll be interesting.
The selfie that the Indian guy did, and people just
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to be like the that version for Breakpoint. We'll see.
Which one goes viral? Probably, I mean, someone that didn't get their visa information correct and are getting stuck at the airport or something. That most likely.
I get a Poly Markets for that. What's going to be the hot story?
Hopefully it's Solflare. Hopefully everyone's talking about the community spotlight awards that we have, our activations that we have. We have a lot of cool announcements planned, as does a lot of projects. I mean, 120 different announcements, I think Vibhu told us on one of our previous streams. So it's going to be the best Breakpoint by far, the largest Breakpoint by far. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. Do you have any tips for any other brand accounts that really want to level up their content game? I know, like, definitely you spoke about like video is the king right now. Experiment with more content, more content ideas, more content. So, like, any other tip that you would think like can really help scale? For me, like I was saying, like for me, I think like static pictures with just like normal written content like works really well. Even if like a picture does not align with my tweet, I'm like, you know what, just throw a picture in there. The algorithm does better with the picture. So any specific tip that you think might do good for brand accounts?
100%. So the visuals, like you had just said, Sherry, is extremely important, especially when you're trying to post something to get your point across. The visual is going to help push you and boost you on the algorithm. I would say don't ignore the value of grassroots and organic marketing. A lot of like cross collaborations that you can do with projects and different campaigns that you can run to help onboard new users and gain more followers from different communities in the ecosystem. And definitely experiment. That's something that we are constantly doing, especially like the past few months. Like you said, like embracing the cringe. Sometimes we'll write an entire thread about self-custody or limit orders or one of our features in educational, and then all of a sudden some random like meme that we'll post later like outperforms it by 4x. Yeah. So but like I said earlier, like just don't get discouraged with that. It takes like a healthy mixture, but definitely have fun. That's the most important thing, is you want to make sure you're planning, but also like having fun with your content. You want to make it enjoyable, whether it's educational, entertaining. I think those are the two biggest foundations that we stand on when we're trying to make content,
Yeah, and I think I even recall a few cases where even storytelling does a really good job, where I even recall the domain story of how we got the dbridge.com domain, and that went like crazy. So, and I know you guys also got the .com quite recently, so I'm sure you guys know.
Oh yeah, that happened earlier this year as well. Yeah, it's been an incredible year so far. And then if any projects, a little bit of advice I would give is that if any projects looking to do like a rebrand, or I would say that's something that you want to be contacting and in touch with the X team well ahead of the rebrand, as well as like I'm sure your backend team is going to be doing things with like the Apple and Google Play Store. But that was definitely something that took a little bit of extra time, as well as I would strongly advise to create an ambassador program. And creating an ambassador program would be assigning affiliates and giving them a dBridge badge or a Solflare badge like we have, and it really empowers our strongest supporters, because the badge actually will push them up in the algorithm, so it helps them grow their account. And they're another voice in the ecosystem to like represent your project. And it's someone that, you know, has believed in you theoretically, you know, that's not just a KOL that's like, oh, give me a badge or pay me for a badge and stuff. So definitely, again, like the grassroots organic approach, it did amazing for us this year. When I joined in December, we actually had 120 or just under 120,000 followers, and now we're almost at 230. So we've almost like doubled, we like pretty much doubled our follower count in the span of a year. So that, yeah, definitely grassroots organic marketing, community campaigns with other projects. Those have been like our bread and butter.
So if I talk about my favorite CT accounts, like CT brand accounts, there's definitely Soulflare, and I'm not being biased. There's Solana, because Solana's account is just like so much culture and just so many memes with so many informational stuff. Like I absolutely love the Solana account. But like in my top 10 accounts or top 5 accounts, there's Soulflare as well. I want to hear from you. What are your top favorite brand CT accounts that you love?
I love Big Brain, Soul Big Brain, because he lets me know when to buy Solana. So that's extremely always bullish. I like a lot of the content creators, honestly. Like me personally, like I love watching all the different content creators that are creating videos.
Give a shout out.
Like,
shout out.
Oh, shout out All Time High from Southeast Asia. They've been making amazing videos, and I think that the creativity and the different things that you could do, especially now with like our Soulflare cards, where people are going to be able to be spending like USDC, like on goods and services. It just like opens up the for so much potential for all these different content creators. But I don't want to get anyone mad, to be honest, because we have the spotlights and I already have people messaging me like, why wasn't I nominated? Why am I in the? Well, you didn't have enough people vote for you, so or nominate you. I don't know what you want me to tell you. So I'm already in like some hot water for that. I got some creators messaging me, but there are so many amazing creators on Solana, from from like creator capital markets to educational content. I've been enjoying like the streams a lot. We do our weekly Soulflare streams, so I really like that. But I'd say honestly, like you had mentioned Solana account, shout out Vibu, because he took over the Solana account this year as like a mid-tier manager, and since then like the content has been awesome. You know, like Magellan did a great job before, but yeah, Vibu has been he's been pushing the boundaries a little bit more and leading into like that cringe culture, like you were just mentioning earlier, Sherry. And I think it's super cool and unique, and just like helps, you know, it gets more eyes and attention on Solana.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you want to talk? Oh, I saw the announcement for the Soulflare card. Congrats. That's huge. Do you want to talk a bit about the Soulflare card and just give people an overview of what that is for people who haven't seen the announcement? Yeah.
I appreciate it. And we actually just had our head of payments, Mihailo, on our stream this past week to like deep dive into some of the questions on like, you know, the KYC and some of the fees. So I'll try to do my best and give justice to him. But essentially, so Soulflare, this has been something that we've wanted to do for a long time, as serve as like an off-ramp, because at the end of the day, it's like they joke that it's magic internet money until you can, you know, pay for a dinner, book a flight, you know, buy your family, you know, Thanksgiving dinner. And so like once you're able to, you know, create these you know, stable coins, SPL tokens into tangible products, it becomes real. And so like off-ramping has been always a huge issue. We've seen a lot of projects try to tackle it this year and kind of rush into it. But this has been something that's been in the works for like almost a year at this point. We are working with MasterCard. So it's going to be, it's essentially what it is. It's a self-custody card that is linked directly to your Soulflare wallet. So you actually retain control of the keys until you spend. It's instant finality. You use USDC directly from your Soulflare wallet, so there's no like top up required. And Soulflare takes care of all the backend. You don't even notice the gas transaction fees. There's actually no fees for the card itself, and it's going to be available for and integrated into Google Pay at launch, Apple Pay coming very soon. And we just we had a soft launch rollout to 500 select users, and now we are live in Europe, and we have plans to expand to other regions very soon. Time frames fluctuate based on what we're able to do, because there's obviously some legal conversations that are way above my Foxy pay grade. But basically, if you're able to, you can sign up for the wait list, and it'll be available to you as soon as it's live in your region. And so it's a big step in the right direction for self-custody, controlling your own assets, and then being able to spend it on goods and services. So it works amazing. Also, I tried it out. I went to the store, buy some things, and it's so smooth you wouldn't even notice it. You don't have to approve a transaction or anything in your wallet. Like Solflare takes care of everything on the back end for you. So it's just tap, pay, process goes through. You check your account later, USDC. And we also added a new feature this year called Solflare Earn, powered by Lulo, which lets you earn yield on your USDC. So we're going to be working to integrate that as well onto the card so that you're able to earn yield as you're waiting to spend. And right now they haven't, Mihailo dropped a little bit of alpha, but we are going to be doing a rewards referral program in the future. More details on that to come. But yeah, it's been a huge success so far, and we're just excited to get Solflare cards to everyone in the world.
Great pitch. Question number 1. How do I sign up? Question number 2, when is it going live in UAE? So I can try it out. Because I saw the announcement, and honestly, I was like, wow, okay, self-custody, that's insane. Because they are just, crypto market right now has just so many crypto cards. Every other week I meet someone and I'm like, which card are you using? And it's just a new name they tell me about, and I have no idea. And each ecosystem, I feel has a different dominance. Different card dominates each ecosystem. When I talk to Ethereum people, there are some other crypto cards. The Solana people, there's some other crypto cards. But self-custody, as soon as I saw the announcement, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. So yeah, okay, where do I sign up, and when is it going live in UAE?
So you can sign up directly in your Solflare wallet. There should be a banner, but if you went ahead and X'd out on that, you can go to the Solflare website and you can just connect your wallet, or you don't connect your wallet, you sign up for the wait list, and then after the first stage, there is a light KYC you have to do, as in any card that's required. And so then you'll be able to choose which one of your wallets that you want to sync the card with. And right now we're live in the UK, in a lot of Europe, and I think actually we might be ready to go in the UAE. So I definitely go on and sign up, and they're going to let you know based on your region if it's available or not, or if you have to do the KYC yet. And then we also are doing a $100,000 USDC prize pool for everyone that's signing up for the wait list, that gets their cards. And right now we're getting towards the end of phase 2. So we'll be releasing phase 3 really soon. So definitely go on Solflare.com, go inside your Solflare wallet, sign up for the wait list. And if it's available in your region, you'll be able to know. There's also an update in the app. A lot of people are going to be using the card with mobile. So you'll be able to see we've integrated just a new feature for the card that'll show you your balance, your USDC, and there's no top up. It's just holding the USDC in your wallet. And it is natively integrated into Solana. So in the future, we do plan to work out ways to use other SPL tokens as forms of payment. But we're still working out the regulations and legality of that as well. But yeah, for right now, USDC directly in your Solflare wallet.
I also wanted to understand what caused this shift, because earlier Solflare was a wallet, a place where I store my crypto, to becoming something like a financial hub for me, where I'm okay, this is my wallet, this is where I'm going to store my crypto, and then here is how I'm going to spend my crypto. So what caused that shift? Do you also think it changes the conversation or narrative for rest of the wallets, because they cannot be just wallets anymore? They need to become actual apps where people live in. We've seen the same with Phantom. We are seeing the same with Solflare. It's more than a wallet. It's not just a dashboard.
100%. And you're exactly right, Sherry. And so the whole idea is that we're trying to be a neobank that's built and powered by Solana. And something unique about Solflare is that we've never integrated cross-chain compatibility. That's why we have amazing projects like dBridge to work with to help bring your assets over to Solana. But they had a vision that all roads lead to Solana, and we're starting to see that with like Bitcoin, Ethereum. The recent Monad launch showed that you can just go and list on Solana, and it opens yourself up to a huge market of users before having to go through the listing and of central exchanges. And so I think that's truly the next meta. And we're building towards that neobank, and we would have released this earlier in the year as well as some other features, but we built the Seed Vault wallet for the Seeker. Shout out the Solana mobile team. So the Seed Vault wallet is powered by Solflare, which we built. So that took up a lot of bandwidth this year. So this got pushed back a little bit, but this has always been on the roadmap. Building on Solana allows us to build vertically because we don't have to do a lot of patches across chains for security updates. So we, in most instances, we're safer, we're faster, and Solflare tries to take the smallest amount of fees as possible. So we're actually, in most cases, cheaper as well. But it's all an idea of that, we truly believe that self-custody is a right. And we believe that that's like a human right for everyone in the world. You should all have the right to own your own tokens, own your own assets, be able to spend on your own. And so, it was really important to make sure that we had the card for off-ramping, because again, like, it doesn't become real until like you're able to, pay for things IRL.
Yeah, definitely resonate with that. And I even recall it was like around mid-2023 right when we went live on Solana for the first time. I was speaking to you guys and introducing what we were doing, and immediately it clicked for you guys and Vidor, I remember. And yeah, I think that was like, I think when a project understands, good infrastructure, that's like a big green flag for us. And more about, just to add to that question before, what would you say is will be your next big unlock in terms of growth for Solflare? Because you guys are right now like a wallet transitioning into like this neobank position. So what's next for you guys?
So the biggest thing that we did this year on top of our rebrand was there was an entire redesign of our app. So if you haven't used Solflare in a long time, or this is your first time, and just download it or come connect with us again, update your app, you're going to notice it's a lot more customizable. It's going to be faster, snappier, and we're integrating a lot of new features day by day at this point. We have so much being launched in Q4. We've made huge updates to our Explore feature. We've integrated Solflare Earn to help earn yield with stablecoins. Of course, our staking is natively in wallet. It's all built towards new users so that they're able to have the similar financial experience that they're going to have from their fintech or like normal banking institution on their Solflare wallet, And so it's really gearing towards that future. And we built the foundation this year, but we have a really exciting announcement at Breakpoint coming up in a couple weeks for a new activation. And so it's going to kind of put everything together with the card, with the new updates, and now everything that we do is like building on top of it. So make sure you guys are at Breakpoint, or at least following the Solflare account, because we're actually going to make an announcement in the next week for what we're going to be releasing. And then at Breakpoint, yeah, you're going to be able to. I'm saying too much. I'm not going to get in trouble right now on this stream. Yeah, sorry.
It's going to be the card will be live in the UAE, right? That's the
Yes, it should be pretty soon, honestly. Like, if I have anything to do with it, if I have to sit down and meet with the royal family and stuff and help get things like pushed along, yeah, we'll do whatever we need to, honestly, because that's a huge market. They're so gracious to host us, and I'm really excited for Abu Dhabi because I've never been to the UAE before, but everyone that I know is like basically always saying like, move to Dubai, look how great it is, look at this amazing life we're living. So I can't wait to go see for myself and go experience everything.
No, it's honestly like people like me, because anytime anybody says like anything against Dubai, I'm like, no, Dubai is amazing. I've spent like so many years here. It's good. So yeah, I'll move to Dubai.
There's so much culture there because there's so many like different like cultures and different people that like live in Dubai also, and that have created lives for themselves. And I mean, they're very crypto friendly, like 0% tax. Mert's always like shilling Dubai for everyone. But I'm really excited for that event. So I mean, if I love it so much, who knows? I'm a foxy digital nomad, so I follow Solana and the Wi-Fi. So if Dubai and Abu Dhabi are new home next year, it's definitely a lot warmer than Croatia right now. That's for sure.
It's actually Dubai is like right now the perfect temp ever. Like it's just the perfect temperature. The whole year round I was in Dubai and it was horrible. But right now during Breakpoint is at the perfect time. It's like it's pleasant, it's nice. You'll have a great time. That's all I can say. Are you
Yeah, so
just doing Breakpoint or are you doing like Solana Economic Zone and are you doing other events during this time?
So yeah, our main focus is Breakpoint because we're one of the anchor sponsors. So
Yeah.
we actually have to be there. We're flying in on the 8th and on the 9th and the 10th, which is even before the event starts, like we have to do like setups with our booth, like some rehearsals for our community awards, a bunch of other preparation. We are sponsoring some other side events as well as like the closing party. Make sure you guys are definitely attending the closing party. We have a huge announcement coming for that as well. Similar to like it was last year in Singapore. If you were there, scan the QR code, get ready. But basically, yeah, we're already supporting a lot of projects and doing a lot of side events. It's going to be an extremely busy week. I'm going there to work, so I'm not even going to be able to like go out and have fun at all the mixers and all these little like racing things that they're doing. But yeah, I hope you guys are signing up on all the Luma events and yeah, I'm really excited to get there, honestly.
Okay, so now, okay, we gotta watch out for the big announcement. You've already like said too much, and then there's a big party that we need to attend. Cool. DBridge is also hosting two side events during Breakpoint and Binance Blockchain Week. By the way, for people listening, one event is on 4th, which is next week. We are co-hosting with Trust Wallet, Arkham, and Formeme. I'm going to put the links in the comments. Please sign up. And the other one is a Breakpoint side event with Rockaway X, Exponent, and some other teams. So yeah, please come to our event as well, and we'll give you exclusive DBridge merch. Okay, before we just wrap up, um, do you want to make like a bold prediction for wallets? I know we already covered this, like what wallets would be more than dashboards. It's already happening. You guys are doing like a crypto card. There are so many wallets that are trying to become more than wallets, right? Do you have a prediction for us for where the wallet space is heading? Do you think every wallet would take this path and then trying to become more than a dashboard? Or what is it? What do you have in mind?
I think if they're not working towards that, or at least partnering towards that, then they're going to be behind on the meta, because as we're seeing more and more, like self-custody really does matter. People are trusting DEXs more than the sexes, and so it's, you want to always be in control of your assets. You don't want to get that message from Coinbase or Binance like, oh, we can't withdraw right now, or like we're having network connection issues or something. And so like you want to be able to like be in control of your assets. That's what we're doing here. That's what a majority of people believe in. And so yeah, building like a neobank was extremely important for us, powered by Solana, of course, because we just believe that all roads de-bridge to Solana. And so we're trying to do our part and also help elevate the competition as well. Steel sharpens steel. But it's going to be an exciting year to see how some of these projects adapt and move forward. And yeah, we're really trying to help elevate the ecosystem. Above all, like we're at every single event. We're always supporting all the major projects in the ecosystem, and so we truly believe in what we're doing here. We had every opportunity to go cross-chain, but we never did. And we are focused again on like the user experience to be like your financial app. This isn't going to be like some trading terminal where you can, again, like other wallets have created like futures kind of and put focus on that. And now we're even seeing like other competitions like launching stable coins, which is a little bit of a risky play in my opinion, but hey, they have the capital to do it by all means. But we believe that this is the evolution. This is how it's going to lead to. And so neobanking, self-custody is the future. I'll Foxy die on that hill. And so it's going to be an exciting next few years as the space develops and more users get onboarded to see like where it goes from here. Because I think people are putting more trust in themselves and their hardware devices and their self-custody wallet than they are in some of these banks and some centralized exchanges.
I love that you guys have been doubling down on the self-custody narrative. I align with it, but do you think an average person cares about self-custody? And do you think there's a lot of education that needs to happen with content for people to actually care about self-custody?
That's a really good question, Sherry. And honestly, education is one of the hardest things about onboarding and it happens to me all the time. Like anywhere I go, you can't bring me anywhere. If I go out to dinner, I'm in an Uber, I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of Solana? You know what Bitcoin is? Oh, perfect. Okay, let me talk to you. And then so it's just constantly a constant education where people are like, at this point, they've heard of it. You know what I mean? Like pretty much everyone that I've spoken to is like, oh yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know too much about it, and I'm not willing to like put my money into it. But then once they're able to see, the potential for even just like with the stable coins, that's why it was so important to put the Solflare earn this year, because you're earning on average between like 4 and 8% APY on stablecoin, whereas a bank is paying you like less than 1% in your savings account. So that alone, without having to deal with the volatility of the underlying asset of Solana and just holding stablecoin, is a huge opportunity for people. And so we're starting to see, and especially with the younger generations that are a little bit more open-minded, and we've seen this past year, the huge financial institution, all the DATs that are created, and Solana just launched their ETF. So it adds credibility to us in the TradFi industry. But I think that the wave is that, the normal retail users, because again, we're trying to onboard 1 billion users, are going to care about self-custody. I think that privacy is like a big issue also that we've been looking at as well. That's like been a huge discussion. But I mean, crypto Twitter is always like light years ahead of like the rest of the world. So, we have to leave some time to catch up, but that's why it's been so important to create such a seamless app that seems very recognizable to a normal person that uses like a financial or like banking app. It's very, very similar. And it's all about creating just a seamless experience for them. The easier experience that you can create, the better. And that was a great point that you made about the education, Sherry. That's why we've done a lot of work to create little animations in our wallet, little notifications that'll come up as you click on the NFTs. It'll take you through like, hey, what you can do here. And we also created an entire education hub on our website. So if you're tired of explaining the basics to people, send them to solflare.com, have them click on education, and they can read all the articles, like what is staking, what's an NFT, what's a liquidity pool, like, and so yeah, it'll help out a lot.
For new people to crypto these days is so simpler, because earlier I remember like early 2021, that's when I joined crypto. I did not have all these resources. There was a YouTube channel, Whiteboard Crypto, where I used to learn all the basics from, like what is the AMM, what is DeFi and stuff like that. But today there's just so many resources out there, like you just pointed out, like even on your website and stuff. The entry point has become easier. That's what I feel. But yeah, people should care about self-custody. So there is like that educational content to put emphasis on. But yeah, thank you so much. I think it's time to wrap up now. Anything you want to plug before we leave, or anything to watch out for during Breakpoint? You already said there's a big announcement and a big event that we should watch out for. What else?
So I want to first of all thank Sherry and Gal and the entire dBridge community and family for having us on this stream. I love that you guys are doing this. All Chains Considered, episode number 3. Best of luck to episode number 4, whoever has to follow up the Fox. But keep doing it, keep grinding, keep putting out your content, and keep like experimenting. I love your platform. I love what you guys are doing. Your team is extremely professional and works super hard. And I think that you should focus on building a community. And that would be like really big for you guys as well. I'd love to see some like dBridge ambassadors, some more dBridge spaces, and more people learning how they can bridge their assets over to Solana. But I'm joking, it works both ways in case you're bullish. But definitely come find us at Breakpoint. We are going to be one of the anchor sponsors. We have a booth. Come find this Fox. I'll have special merch. If you can find the Fox, I will have a special merch for you. But we are going to be doing something with the cards. We are going to be doing something with our new activation that we have going on. We are hosting that closing party, and yeah, we host our stream every week. I'm going to be adding another one on Thursday, coming up soon after Breakpoint. So we'll be running 2 streams in the week, as well as our community stream on Wednesdays. Shout out our Guardians, G4G. Appreciate all you guys in the chat and watching again. And yeah, this has been an awesome conversation. We're here to support you guys in any way that we can. We believe in Solana. We're excited for Breakpoint, and I'm excited that, I don't know, it's going to be a lot warmer in Abu Dhabi. This might be my new home. If it's as nice as everyone's saying it is, I might have to then talk to Super Team UAE, because, yeah, I might need to make a switch from Balkans. because it is cold. Winters are brutal. It snowed last week here. Bearish.
Okay. Dubai would be amazing and Abu Dhabi would be even great. Thank you so much for joining us today. I love Soulflare. I love the content that you guys have been pushing. Like time and again, I will go through the feed and I'll be like, oh, this content is really nice. Save, bookmark. Okay, there was some really good content that you guys have been doing. I am going to see you IRL soon in a couple of weeks. Just for the people listening, DBridge is doing 2 side events during Breakpoint and Binance Blockchain Week. The links would be in the comments. Sign up. You want to give us feedback, you want to talk about the product, the whole team would be there. And yeah, see you guys in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much, Quicks.
Thank you
for
guys so
joining.
much.